crows remember. A cold wind slips through the cracked bones of an old farm shed, the kind of place time don't remember. Inside, the dark breathes slow. Cobwebs stretch like old scars across rusted nails. Dust hangs thick in the air, unmoving, like it's listening. In the corner, a man stirs, his hands chained to a rotting post, flesh raw where the steel bit him. He jerks instinctively, then winces, pain blooming across his arms. His head throbs, mouth dry, skin caked in sweat and dirt. There's no light except the low flicker of a dying candle. It casts long, quivering shadows across splintered wood and rusted tools. The smell of rust, of rot, and something else. Something old, like regret soaked into the walls. The man coughs. A dry, broken sound. His voice trembles out of him, hoarse and cracking. Oh, what the hell? Oh, where am I? Why can't I move? Hello? Is someone there? Only the wind answers, leaking through the cracks, carrying cold with it. He scans the space, his eyes adjusting. Old farm tools hang like bones from the walls. A sickle, a hammer, a coil of barbed wire. Everything rusted but sharp. He shifts again. Chains clink. Blood stains the cuffs now. He grimaces. His breathing quickens. No, this isn't. I was just supposed to look around, just survey the damn place. His voice rises, panic chewing at the edge of his words. Hey, somebody help me. This is trespassing or kidnapping or something illegal, man. Still nothing. Just the creak of old beams and that wind cold as death. Then, a sound. Subtle. Behind him, a faint groan. Not human, not machine. Something like breath, but wrong. He freezes, listens, eyes darting toward the shadows. Who's there? The silence stretches out, thick as molasses. He swallows hard, voice dropping low, like trying not to wake something ancient. I don't want any trouble. I'm just here for work, that's all. But even he doesn't sound convinced. Then, the door creaks, slow, drawn out, a moan of wood and rusted hinges. The man flinches, eyes wide. A shape fills the doorway. Tall, still, face cloaked in shadow, hat brim low. Long coat dusted in a red dirt, boots thick with dried mud. And behind him, something scrapes along the ground, metal against stone. A drag, deliberate, heavy. The man recoils instinctively, pulling hard against his restraints. Hey, wait! Who are you? The figure doesn't answer, doesn't rush, just takes one slow step into the shed, then another. Chains rattle softly as the man strains, panic rising. Listen, I don't know what this is, but I think you got the wrong guy, okay? The figure steps into the light just enough to show one hand, gloved, clutching something heavy, a chain or a blade. It glints for a moment in the candlelight, then disappears back into shadow. The figure finally speaks, voice low, flat, unfeeling.
You're awake. That's good. I hate waste.
The man flinches at the sound of it. Not anger, not threat, just cold. He tries to breathe steady, but it's unraveling fast. Look, I'm a surveyor, all right? I work for a firm out of Nashville. They sent me down here to walk the land, just check soil, check the boundary lines, that's all. No response. I don't own the place. I don't even want it. They said it was abandoned, said it was probate or something. The figure takes another step. The man scrambles back as far as the chain allows, voice cracking. I swear, I'm just the middleman. I didn't sign anything. The sale's not final. Still, the figure says nothing. Just stands there like stone, like judgment itself. Then the man's voice softens, as if trying to reason with a storm. I'm just trying to get ahead. My wife, she just had our baby last month. We need the money, man. The company promised a bonus for early inspection. Just numbers and GPS, that's it. Silence. The figure turns his head slightly, almost curious, but not moved, not merciful. The man whispers now, almost to himself. This was just supposed to be another job. Then the wind picks up, blowing through the open door, stirring dust, bending the flame of the candle. The figure finally speaks again. One sentence, each word heavy as stone.
The land remembers.
The man's mind begins to flicker. Not just memory, something deeper. Like the land itself is pulling his past from him, piece by piece, making him remember. 2 months ago, a boardroom, glass and steel, bright lights, laughter, and khaki blazers. A slideshow of land opportunities, southeastern corridor. Buzzwords thick in the air. Development, equity, legacy access rights. He sat there, nodding, pretending to understand. You'll love this one, the manager had said, middle-aged, smug, the kind of guy who calls every woman miss no matter her age. He slid a thick manila folder across the table. Old farmland out in Baxter County. Been dormant for years. Probate's a mess, but that's our in. The locals keep clear of it. Superstitious types. The man flipped through the papers. Satellite photos, soil reports, a rough plat map, even a faded picture of the farmhouse. It looked broken even then. Hollow windows, tilted porch, the kind of place ghosts forget. But the numbers, they were good. Too good. $300 per acre, he'd asked. That's way under market. The manager had smirked. Right? It's a steal. Literally, if the legal team does their job. Laughter. Someone else chimed in, holding a cup of coffee. We just need someone to walk it. Plug the GPS markers in, confirm what we're buying. You do that, you're walking into a nice quarterly bonus. The man hesitated. His wife was 6 months pregnant at the time. Bills piling up. The baby's crib still in the box. The old truck barely running. He remembered standing at the door that night, holding the folder, his wife asleep on the couch, her hand resting on her belly. Peaceful. He told himself it was just land, just dirt. Nobody lived there anymore. What harm could come from dirt? Now, back in the shed, he stares blankly at the floor, shame curling inside him like smoke. It was just a survey. They didn't tell me what it meant. It wasn't even signed. His voice breaks on the last word. And then that voice again. But now it echoes inside his mind, the figure's voice, like it's part of the memory itself.
You sold it, signed it all away, promised futures that didn't belong to you. But the land remembers. It always remembers who took and who paid.
The man looks up slowly. The figure is still there, watching, not blinking, not breathing, just being. Like the land. The wind shifts outside. The candle gutters. Something ancient stirs beneath the floorboards. Not a sound, not a shape. A pressure, as if the earth itself is listening. Suddenly, the figure is gone. No sound, no exit, no door creak. Just gone. The man blinks, confused. The shed is still, too still. The kind of quiet that makes your ears ring. He tugs at the chains, hard, desperate. Metal grinds against the post. Flesh tears. Blood smears his wrists. Damn it! Come on! No use. He slumps, exhausted, breathing heavy, sweat dripping down his back. Please. His voice is soft now, not pleading, not panicked, just human. I have a wife, a newborn. Witch just brought her home last week. She doesn't even have a name yet. We were waiting for her eyes to open. I didn't know this would happen. His voice cracks again. I didn't know. The wind picks up outside, a low moan across the fields, the kind that creeps through bone. The man whispers, I was just trying to provide, trying to give her something better than I had. Then silence, long, painful, only the quiet scrape of a chain sliding against wood. And the wind, it begins to howl, not like weather, more like warning. Night falls like a lid shutting over the world. Inside the shed, the air changes. The candle's nearly out, the flame leaning low like it wants to hide. The shadows press in now, not just long, but close, like they're breathing. The man sits slumped, eyes hollow, shoulders trembling. His wrists are raw, his voice is gone. He hasn't screamed in hours, doesn't make sense to. Nobody's coming. Then, a sound, a creak, slow, drawn out. The door opens again. Not fast, not loud, but with a kind of weight. The kind of sound that says, this is the end. The man lifts his head. Boots step in, one at a time, heavier than before, like the earth itself is trying to stop them. And then, the blade, long, sharp. It catches the candlelight just barely. Clean edge, cold steel, silent as death. The man's mouth opens. At first, no words come out. Only breath. Only fear. Then, please, a whisper, almost a prayer. I'll stop the sale. I'll call them tonight, cancel everything. I'll walk away. I'll sign whatever you want." He gulps air like drowning. "You don't have to do this. I just want to see my daughter again. She's got this little scar on her cheek from the NICU. She smiles in her sleep sometimes." His voice breaks. "I swear to God, I didn't mean to hurt anything. Didn't even know what this land was." The figure says nothing, just stands there, blade in hand, a monument to judgment. Then, for the last time, the voice, low, even, certain.
"Doesn't matter what you knew. You fed the land lies. Now it feeds on you."
The man gasps, but it's short, cut off. The candle dies with a soft whoosh. The flame disappears. Gone. Silence drops, total, suffocating. Then a final sound. A breath, maybe, or a gasp. Then nothing. Not even wind. Not even time. The earth holds its breath. Darkness. Not just the absence of light, kind that settles. Thick, alive, like soil after rain. No candle, no breathing, no movement. Just the shed, still. The chains are quiet now. No tension, no struggle. And the man? Gone. Swallowed whole by something older than hunger. The walls of the shed seemed to sigh, timbers groaning like tired bones, as if they'd seen this before, as if they expected it. There's no scream, no burst of violence, just an absence, a subtraction, a life quietly erased. Outside, the wind shifts, low and long. It rolls across the land like a whisper passed from tree to tree. Something in the earth responds. A settling, a swallowing, and then a sound. Soft, distant. Maybe a sob. Maybe just the wind. But either way, it's the kind of sound that says, "It is done." Morning comes slow. The sky is bruised purple, the kind of dawn that doesn't break, it creeps, unfolding like fog over cold water. Mist tugs the ground, fields stretch out in silence, dead grass whispering against itself. Then crows, dozens of them, black feathers cutting against red soil. They land in clusters, hop, claw, pick at the dirt like they know exactly where to dig. They don't caw, not yet, not until it's time. The wind is lighter now, but there's something in it, a breath, like the land exhaling after holding something in all night. The figure sits at the edge of the field. Same coat, same boots, same stillness. He's not looking at the shed. He's watching the ground, waiting. No one else around, no cars, no search party, just the crows. They work quietly, focused, like undertakers. One by one, they claw deeper. One pulls something small from the dirt, a button. Another finds a torn scrap of paper, soaked and unreadable. Whatever's buried here, it don't stay buried. Not for long. Then, the figure speaks. But not loud, not for anyone to hear, just for the land.
"Debt's been paid, for now."
And the wind shifts again. Higher now. Crows rise suddenly all at once, wings flapping in unison, dozens of them. They swirl into the morning light like black confetti caught in a funeral breeze. Gone, but not far.